Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about programming and AI. This is part of the Aim Ahead After School Club. My name is Qing Zeng. I'm a professor at the George Washington University. In this club, you'll learn that AI can do many amazing things. When applied to medicine and healthcare, AI can help improve people's health. It can also help improve the delivery of healthcare. Programming is an essential part of AI. Now, when you think of AI these days, AI seems so smart. You may question why we need to learn programming. Maybe AI can do the programming for us. Well, it is true that AI can do some programming tasks, but it is far from replacing human programmers. Here are some real-life programmers. You may recognize some of the famous faces here, like Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. You may not recognize this lady here. Her name is Carol. She was one of the first computer gaming programmer. I know many of you like playing computer games, and someone needs to program these games. And down here, you see another group of young women. They are also gaming programmers. They're from Japan. Why do we want to learn programming? Well, programming is what makes computer works. So here you see are the parts that are used to assemble this robot. As you may have guessed, the parts themselves won't be able to work. But even after we assemble the parts into a robot, a human-looking robot, it has a hub as a brain, it still won't know what to do until you give some program. You put some program into this hub. Then the robot will be able to move or performing different tasks. What is a program? A program is a set of instructions for a computer to execute. Here, you see a few lines of code. Don't worry, we won't ask you to write these codes just yet. There are many different types of programming languages, just like we have human languages. So you need to learn the language of programming, and this way you will be able to make the computer work. On the left here, you see some of the popular computer programs, programming languages. There's Python, R, Java, Swift, C, so on and so forth. To make your learning more easier and fun, we'll use something called block programming. So you see here, instead of words, as we saw on the last page, here, instead of these lines of text, what we'll do is we'll use these pre-created blocks. We'll connect them to make a program. Now, let's run a couple of programs. What you need to do is you need to turn on the robot. You need to connect to your iPad. That is, if you're using the iPad or if you're using some other device, you still need to have downloaded the Lego Mindstorm app. I'm going to move the sharing of my screen to the app. So here you see this app. So we're going to click on Blast because that's the model we use the robot inventor to build. And you see there are a number of boxes. Since we already assembled the robot, you can just hit here, hit start. Here you have building instructions, but since we already built it, what you would do is, all you need to do is to run the program that is here. So now you see here, we have a button. If it's red, this light is red, what you need to do is click on it. You need to hit Bluetooth and follow the instruction, like turn on the hub, press the Bluetooth, wait for the search to find the hub, and so on. And when you say connect, it will be connected. So assuming yours is connected, and when you hit the play button, what you're going to see is this video. Just like the robot makes a few simple movements, makes one circle one way, makes a circle the other way. So that's what you will see when you hit. After you connect, this play button will turn green, and this is what you will see. Now, assuming the robot performed that task, let's go back to the home. We still will click on blast. Because the model we build is consistent with this grab and hub move, so we'll click here. Again, hit start, skip the build because it's already built. Now, set up your robot just like this. You need to have the table with the bowl, dumbbell. You need to have this launching pad. And once you set this all up, you hit the run button on the lower right corner. This button should turn green if you're connected to the robot. Right now, I'm not connected. And when you hit the play button here, what's going to happen is, just as this video shows you, the robot will move forward. At this point, actually, the sensor senses the red ball and tells the arm to grab the dumbbell, which is next to the red ball. Now the robot will drop the dumbbell. Don't worry if your robot didn't do a perfect job. When I try this myself, it often misses the dumbbell, or it catches the dumbbell, it turns back, it didn't release the dumbbell perfectly. This is because the program we have here is fairly simple. Now, moving back to our slides, we're going on to our last slide. After you run these couple of programs, I'm sure you realize that different programs can tell the robot to do very different things. That is the importance of programming. We know how to give instructions to the robot. Next time, we'll get your hand dirty. You'll be able to write your own program and teach the robot to do some fun things. Until next time, we'll say goodbye.